First time you try to fight that giant, BAM! One shots you fly up in the air. Was in love with my girlfriend. Thought she was the one. Dated this girl for 4 years. And just a couple months ago, out of nowhere, after 4 years, they were living together for 4 years. Living together. Had an apartment together. Just out of nowhere, she kicked him out. She said that he's worthless, how bad he was for her, how much he sucks. She kicked him out of the apartment. And now for months he's been feeling down. He's like, how could she do this? We had 4 years together. And then for some reason, other friends, people have been messaging me saying, my girlfriend broke up with me. I thought she was the one. I thought she was my wifey. I thought she was my boo. I thought that was my boo. That was my soulmate. And out of nowhere, she just cut ties, moved on to Chad, started slurping on Chad's popsicle. And she's nowhere to be found anymore. Let me tell you a little story. Now, I'm no dating expert by any means. There's so much more for me to learn about dating, women, male to female relationships, but for my first relationship that I was ever in, my first long-term relationship, dude, I remember I met this girl through some mutual friends, and we went on our first date. This girl was my dream girl. She was beautiful, she was funny, she was talkative, she got me. She got my sense of humor. First time I've ever met a girl ever who like really understood my sense of humor. I was convinced this is the most beautiful girl on planet Earth. I was all in. I was all in this girl. I went on one date with this girl. I remember I drove home and I fucking got home and I pulled out my guitar. I started playing the song "I Don't Mind" by the Feeder. And I don't mind if we take our time. It's like a love song. Yeah, I was in love with this girl, man, and I never told her outright. I never even said it probably to anyone, but I remember thinking like, from the first date that we had, I'm gonna marry this girl. Dude, this is my soulmate right here. I'm going to marry this girl. This girl's perfect for me in every single way. I was 18 at the time. What happens? Go on some more dates. Everything's perfect. We don't fight. We get along. Dude, we're thinking the same things. We're spending all this time together. We just have, this is the first relationship for me that I've been in. This is her first relationship. We start going out all the time, going on dates. We become girlfriend and boyfriend. Her family starts to take a liking to me. I'm over there every fucking Wednesday night for dinner. I'm over there every Sunday night for dinner at her family's place. I become really close with her sister, with her brother, with her mom, her dad. They're baking stuff for me, sending me home with food. I'm bringing gifts, flowers to them every time I see them. Baking cakes for them and shit like that. I become part of the family more or less. Like, not only do I have a relationship with this girl, but now I've got a relationship with her family. I'm part of the family, and mind you, at the same time, my family, my home life was pretty shitty. There's a lot of crazy shit going on in my house, so I was trying to take any opportunity I could to get out of my house and, hey, maybe become a little bit a part of another family as well. Because I had a really positive environment over there. They were taking care of me, man. They were driving me places, doing everything for me, man. They would give me Christmas gifts. I was part of the family for fucking 2 years, man. I was convinced that this was my wifey. This was my boo. This is my soulmate, dream wife material right here. Dude, we spent a year and a half not ever fighting, always hanging out at her parents' house, hanging out alone, doing everything together. Happiest I ever was in my life. Until now, until I moved to Japan. Happiest I ever was until that point. My life was perfect. I was like, I don't even care what else happens in my life. I don't care about dreams I had before. I don't care about I didn't even have dreams before. But I don't even care about my career. All I want to do is just marry this girl, and everything else doesn't even matter. If I marry this girl, I'll fucking work at McDonald's for the rest of my life. I don't care. I'm just gonna marry this girl. That's all I care about. I put all of my effort into her. That's all I thought about. And then what do you know? A year and a half or so later, she starts going off to college. She starts hanging out with other friends. It was an election year. It's 2016. It was an election year. Politics start becoming an issue, and that was the same age when people start getting into politics, me and her. We start to realize that our values, political values, don't really align super well. We start arguing a little bit here and there. Nothing too big, but a little bit here and there. Whatever, we can shake that off, but we never argued before. And then things get a little more serious, and then I'm not seeing her as often because she met these new friends at her new job, or she's starting to go to college and she's making these new friends, and then when she does see me, once every couple weeks now, she's talking about different things. She holds different opinions about things. She's got different friends that I don't know. I'm doing different things. I was kind of busy with this band at the time. I started talking about things that she wasn't interested in. I had friends that she didn't know, and every single time that we met, it was about a year and a half into our relationship or so, single time that we met after that, it just kind of a little more, it seemed like we didn't know each other as well. It was like, what's going on here? This was my best friend. This was the person that was closest to me, closer to me than fucking anybody ever, man. I'm just the way I grew up, man. I have a really high guard, I'm really tight. Like, I don't like people getting close to me. I don't like opening up to people. I find it really hard to relate to people. And this is like, I feel like this was the only person ever that I like trusted on all levels, who I could just tell anything to. I've never had somebody be this close to me in my entire life. Spent so much time with somebody. This is my best friend for like a year and a half here. And then every time I see her, just slowly noticing that there's this distance that's growing between us. We hang out, we don't know what to talk about with each other. Either one of us might make a comment and the other person kind of gets offended at it. Suddenly we're thinking, who is this person sitting next to us? Who is this person that I'm kissing even? And then obviously then the physical touching and stuff starts to settle down because we have this distance between us. And then I remember just thinking one day, like, dude, this girl, like, she hasn't done anything wrong to me. I haven't done anything wrong to her. But I'm clearly wasting her time at this point. She's gonna be way better off going off to college, forgetting about me, finding someone who aligns with her values better, a guy who she can relate to more, because, you know, unfortunately, it's just that time of life. After high school, people just change, dude. People just change, and sometimes there's nothing you can do about it. And I remember thinking, I just gotta set her free, man. I got her set free. I love this girl. I love this girl so much. I spent a year and a half, nearly 2 years, thinking this is gonna be my wife. This is gonna be my soulmate, man. I love this girl so much. But we just ain't right for each other anymore, and that's all, man. But I still have like nearly all my feelings for her. I recognize that we're not the perfect match, but I've still got so many feelings for her. But it would be rude for me to just keep her around, you know, knowing that it's not gonna work out in the end, probably, no matter what I do. So I muster up the courage one day. She's on her way over to my place. My family was out of town. We're on vacation. They were on vacation doing something in Wisconsin or something like that. And I was like, all right, this is going to be the day I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to bring up the conversation. I don't know if I'm going to break up with her today, but I'm going to bring up a conversation. I'm going to say, like, hey, haven't you noticed that we're not the same anymore? We don't relate anymore. Do we love each other anymore? And I remember I was waiting for her to get to my place. She dragged so much ass that day. It's like an hour late or something after she said she was going to be there. So I pulled up my acoustic guitar. I was playing my guitar, I remember. I was just playing this song that I had heard at the time and I was kind of learning. It's called Hey by the Movie Life. Hey, I guess I'll figure it out, the reason why things went the way they did and why we can't accept it. And as I was singing it, I just noticed that the lyrics related exactly to my life at that time. As a song about just growing up and realizing that you don't connect with someone that you used to connect with. And I remember, dude, I hadn't cried in like, since I was like 10 years old and my pet rats died. I remember I cried so much when they died. But I hadn't cried since then, and I remember thinking, like, dude, I'm never gonna cry again. Like, I'm so strong, I'm never gonna cry again. And I was playing this song, waiting for her to show up. I was in my living room, looking out the window, waiting for her to pull up in my driveway. I just started crying, man. I just started bawling when I realized how much those lyrics hit. Shit just hit home. I just started bawling like a little baby. And then I fucking rush. I'm like looking out the window to make sure she's not coming. I'm like, holy shit, my eyes are red and swollen. Go out and I wipe my tears off and everything. Try to calm myself down, more or less calm myself down. She comes over. She's not in a great mood. She's looking like she's fucked up. I don't know if she was crying too or what happened, but obviously, immediately the vibes were weird. She must have known what was going down. We go to eat. We go to get like a burger and a milkshake at some place near my place. Neither of us finished our food, which is rare because I'm a beast. I like to, dude, especially on a burger, some fries, a milkshake, I'm max. I would delete that shit. But I remember I didn't even finish my food because my stomach was hurting so bad. I was just so nervous. I felt so bad, so sad. I'm guessing that's how she felt too, because she didn't finish any of her food. I remember we drive around for a little bit. We had the most awkward day ever. Like, we couldn't even talk about anything. It was so strange. I think she knew what was coming. She eventually pulls over, like on the way back to my house at night, pulls over on this side, dark street, and she's just like, hey, what's up? Like, what's going on? And I'm like, yeah, all right, so here's the thing. You and I both know things aren't how they used to be. You have new friends. We're arguing more and more. We never used to argue. I love you, but there's clearly this distance between us now. Don't you think that we would be better off seeing other people? And I was trying to tell her that, and she wasn't accepting it, and I was trying to tell her that. And then I still remember this, man. I felt so bad. This shit hurt. This is like a dagger in my heart. I remember it's pitch black. We're on this like unincorporated side street, sitting in her car. I'm in the passenger seat. She's in the driver's seat. I remember there's just this long silence, and I'm like looking ahead, and she's looking ahead. And then she just says, if you're gonna break up with me, just say it. And then she, like, as she said it, like, her voice cracked, and she started crying. And she, like, reclined her seat and, like, turned over to the side, like, looking out, like, away from me. And then I just heard her, like, sniffling and clearly crying and whimpering. It was, yeah, and then I was, like, trying so hard not to cry. Also, it was terrible. It was terrible. And I remember just being so sad, being like, wow, like, this is what I did to this person. Like, I never want to hurt this person. This is the most important person to me in the world. I love this person so much, and now I'm fucking made them cry. What the hell? Such an asshole. Even though I was doing what I thought was the best for us. And then eventually she drives me home. She gathers the strength to drive me home. We get back to my place. And I walk out of the car, and she's like, let me walk you to your door one last time. I'm like, all right. And she gets out, and dude, I just saw her face. I saw the tears going down her face, and I couldn't hold it in. I just started bawling like a baby. I was like, Gah! Gah! And I remember trying to like calm myself down and make myself like at least cry like manly, like in a quiet way or something. I couldn't. Like it's like I held in everything for the last 10 years. Every time that I was super emotional or like felt like I was gonna cry or something, and then just all came out pouring out at one time. And it was like, dude, it was like the guy from Goonies. The movie Goonies, like, God. That's how I sounded crying. I was like, God. And I was just crying. And we're standing on my front porch. It's at nighttime. Nobody's there. Just me and her. Must have been out there for an hour, man. Just like holding on to each other. I was trying to get her off me. I was trying to pry her off me. She wouldn't go. She was hanging on to me. I look at my shirt. My shirt's soaking wet from her tears. There's makeup all over my shirt. I was so sad, man. I was just like, wow, like this is my best friend. This is my soulmate. This is supposed to be my wife. And look at where we are now. Like this is just fucked up. Like this is so fucked up, man. I put all of my effort, everything. This is my entire life for the past 2 years. I put everything I have into this shit. And now like just natural causes, things aren't working out. Like what the fuck did I do for the last 2 years? God damn it. And I remember being sad about that, and then sad that I hurt her feelings and shit. Eventually get her off of me. She goes home. I remember she was hanging on me. I couldn't get her to go, and she just kept saying, I'm not ready to let you go. I'm not ready to let you go. And I eventually got her off of me. I was crying like a baby. Go inside. I just continue crying. And then she texts me, and she's like, my mom's crying. My mom's so sad. My mom wants to see you again. At least come say goodbye to my mom. So like a couple days later, I go and I see her mom and her little sister, and what happens? We all just crying. It's terrible. It was terrible. Because not only am I breaking up with the girl, I having to break up with her family, who I'm like part of the family now. I'm like, what? I can't talk to the family. Obviously I can't talk to the family. But to me at that time, it was like what the fuck? Like I'm a part of this family now. I'm like, I seriously have to leave. It sucked. It sucked. And then I remember she texted me again, the ex-girlfriend. She texted me again a couple weeks later and was like, I love you, please come back. My family misses you. My family keeps talking about you. They missed you at the house, everything. And I see her message. I start crying again. She's like, I love you. You're the only one for me. You're my soulmate. This is a couple weeks after that. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I just need some more time to think about it. And she's like, please get back to me. And then, what do? Guys, what do? I start simping, dude. I start creeping on her social. I hadn't even done this maybe since like one time since we broke up. This is a few weeks after we broke up. I creeped on her like Instagram, and there's this picture of her and some dude that I'd never seen before. Some dude that I'd never seen before in my entire life. And I was like, who the fuck is this dude? And this was from like literally like the day before she messaged me that shit saying she loves me and I'm the only one for her. Like, who the fuck is this dude? So then I deleted her off all my socials. I deleted her number and everything. But then I like went to her Twitter, and then she's on her Twitter talking about like, oh, just kissed my date. My date is like so handsome and shit like that. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, hell no to the no. And I'm like, oh, this girl's clearly trying to make me jealous. Like, that's her last tactic. She tried to beg to get me back, all this shit. Now she's trying to make me jealous, and I'm fucking pissed. Because she knows that I still have feelings for her. Obviously, I do think it's for the best that we break up, but she knows I still have feelings for her. And now she's trying to make me jealous, and now I'm pissed. And I hadn't been pissed. I never thought she would do something like that to me, man. I was so angry. So fucking angry, dude. And then I texted her a couple weeks later, maybe after that. I gave her a little time to cool off. I was like, I didn't want to say some hothead bullshit. But I texted her a few weeks later, and I was like, hey, that was not cool. You're not making me jealous. You're just making me pissed off. Why the fuck would you talk about going on a date and kissing some dude literally like the day before you messaged me all this shit saying that you love me? I know you're just trying to make me jealous. And basically she was like, sorry, that was just like a weird emotional night that I had. Actually, my new boyfriend, she's like saying this is her boyfriend now, and she's like, he's perfect for me. Once we started dating, I realized that our relationship, like me and her, our relationship wasn't actually as great as I thought it was. You were gone, so I moved on, and I'm 100% healed now. This guy's perfect for me. I want to spend the rest of my life with him. She's just going on and on saying all this great stuff about him, and then also about like, not about me specifically, but about like our relationship and how like it wasn't all that great. And I remember just being like, you're fucking lying. Like, this girl's such a liar. I can't believe this girl that I love so long is such a liar. Wow. And I got so angry. I think I like said some shit back to her, like really pissed off bullshit. And then fast forward, dude, literally like, I spent the next, I don't know, man. I spent the next 2 years maybe just simping, bro, just being sad. Just sad as fuck, like depressed. I didn't want to do anything, man. I didn't want to play music anymore. I didn't want to go to my job. I didn't want to play basketball anymore. I didn't want to see my friends. All I wanted to do was sleep all day, every day. All I did was sleep. Lost a bunch of weight. I remember fucking everybody was telling me how skinny I was. Stopped working out. Didn't even want to play video games, dude. I would get home from work and I would just sleep. And then when I wake up again, then I just go back to sleep. And just eat a bunch of junk food. It was terrible. I was so unhealthy. I didn't give a fuck about anything, man, because that's all I cared about. I put 100% of my being into this girl those 2 years. And it was gone, and now I have no life. Like, that was my life. I have no life now. No life. And I spent probably like a year like super depressed, like just like shit. And then another year after that, like trying to kind of get better, but also like shit, like just still feeling like shit about it. Just didn't even want to date, because anytime I like thought about another girl, I was, well, it's not her. It's not her. She's the one for me. It's not her. So I just wasted 2 years of my life just being sad, man. I remember thinking, like, I don't want to hurt myself. Like, it's not like I don't want to be here or anything, but I remember thinking there's nothing on this earth for me anymore. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't want to exist. I remember thinking, like, I don't want to kill myself, obviously, but I just don't want to exist. Like, it's pain just being here, so I'm just going to sleep. I remember I slept so much. Like, every time I was awake, I was just in pain. First thing I would think about when I woke up in the morning was her. All day, throughout the day, I would just think about her. When I went to bed, I would just think about her. Dreams about her every fucking night. Nearly every fucking night I was dreaming about this girl. And I was convinced for like 2 years that this girl was still on this fucking escapade trying to make me jealous with this dude for like 2 years. Anyways, I eventually changed my situation a little bit, my living situation, got a new job, met some new friends, kind of changed my life a little bit, started going on some dates more, and started getting healthier. I wasn't depressed anymore, but still in the back of my mind, like a little bit. I always had this thought, like, she's still trying to make me jealous. I'm sure she'll come crawling back at one day. We'll see what happens when she comes crawling back, right? And fucking, dude, it must have been 4 years after that or some shit, dude. Through that entire 4 years, her family, her mom, her sister sent me cards, sent me little gifts in the mail and shit saying they miss me, they wish they could see me. But obviously we can't see, she's got a new girlfriend, what the fuck? It's terrible. Should not have been doing that, it was terrible. But we were doing that, we were exchanging cards and shit. Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving. Wasn't helping my recovery at all. Yeah, I remember, dude, I was so broken up about this girl, dude. I still remember that day. Actually, we met one more time, actually, after we initially broke up. We met to try to, like, do it again, kind of to try to, like, repair things, and it wasn't working. And I remember, like, we left with the conclusion that, like, this ain't gonna work. That's what I told her, like, this ain't gonna work. As much as I want it to work, it ain't gonna work. And I remember I was trying so hard to be strong. I pulled out of her driveway, I drove home. I remember I was sitting there at a red light, fucking put my music on. I put on Tuesday Is Gone by Leonard Skinner. I'm sitting at the red light, man, just little manly tears crawling down, just creeping down my face. Dream on. I'm at the red light, just fucking crying, dude. Man, I was so broken up about this girl for so long. Anyways, like I said, man, nearly 4 years of us, like, sending notes and letters back and forth with her family. Terrible I did with this girl, man. I was so broken up about it. But she was dating this other dude, and I was still convinced, like, coping in the back of my mind, like, yo, she's gonna come back. Just wait. And then one day her mom messages me and was like, hey, she got married. We cannot be in contact anymore. Hope you're well, though, or whatever. And I was like, what the fuck? And even though I wasn't thinking about her every single day at that point, it was still, like, somewhere in the back of my head thinking, like, yo, we're gonna meet again at some point, and we might hash this out or whatever. We're gonna be more mature. Things are gonna work out for us. Yeah, and her mom was like, yeah, she got married. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, no! For about, like, 2 days, I was like, what the fuck? And then, dude, got over it. It just hit me. I was like, she's gone, dude. That was it. And you know what? That entire time, dude, from that message she sent me a couple weeks after we broke up, dude. You know, I spent a year down in the dump, literally depressed as fuck, like a sick human being for a year, dude. And then another year after that, depressed, probably. And then 2 to 3 years after that, living my life okay, but still thinking in the back of my head, like, yo, this girl's gonna come back. Like, don't worry, she's gonna come back at some point. Just cope. Copium. Straight Coca-Cola. And this girl, who was 10 times more broken up than me about it when we initially broke up, on the day of, she messages me fucking, like I said, a couple of weeks after we break up, saying, I found this new guy, he's perfect for me. You said you didn't want me, I have moved on, I'm 100% healed from our relationship. And I was like, yeah, bull fucking shit, look at me. I'm a couple weeks after this shit. I didn't even take it as hard as you did on the day of. And now it's a couple weeks after this shit, and I'm all broken up, I'm all fucked up. But you're trying to tell me that you already don't care, you're already better? Yeah, bullshit, you're just trying to make me jealous. I know what you're doing. Fast forward fucking 4 or 5 years later, and she's married to this dude. And I'm just sitting there with a thumb up my ass, feeling like a huge dumbass for so many reasons. Like such a piece of shit, a loser, a fucking idiot. But that was what I needed. I needed her mom to tell me, like, yo, she's married. Like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? And that's when I realized, hey, man, I'm no expert on dating. I don't know it all, dude. I know probably less than most people. But women are cold, bro. Women are cold. Life is cold. Life is cold, bro. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I don't mean that like women are monsters or anything like that. I mean to say that women are women. And men tend to have this, you know, before they learn the hard way, they tend to have this fantasy of thinking that women are all romantic and they're these emotional beings that will fall in love with them and idealize them forever if they fall in love with them too. Dude, I'm like telling this girl, like, yo, we dated for 2 years. You can't just turn around and, like, you're fucking lying. You can't just turn around and find a new guy and just move on like that. You're lying. I'm so broken up about this. Dude, I was gone. I told her it was my fault. I told her, yo, we can't do this. I'm gone. She was like, yes, sir. Moved on, found the next guy, and married this dude. Like that, dude. Like that. And every single story from every one of my friends who has a similar experience, it's always the same shit. How did she do this? I'm broken up about this. It's years later, I'm still simping after the girl. She was broken up after the first day or two, and then, boom. She found someone, and she's good, she's gone. Women are cold, bro. Women will dump you in a heartbeat. Women will forget about you in a heartbeat. And I respect that. I wish I could do that. That's fucking badass, dude. But man, we sit here and I'm like Guts from Berserk, man. I'm sitting here thinking about this girl, simping about this girl. Now, at this point, yes, I'm 100% over this girl. But for years, I was still thinking about her, thinking like, yo, what could have been? Even though things didn't work out, like, I don't know. What if she comes back someday? I don't know. Dude, it took her a couple weeks. She cried like crazy. She was upset. She loved me. She wanted to marry me. 2 years. Boo, a couple weeks. Dude, right through her head. She's gone. She found a new guy. On to the next. And she's gone. Doesn't give up. She don't even remember my fucking name. Who knows if she remembers my name anymore? I mean, that's an exaggeration, but you get the idea. There are girls that I've gone on dates with. Great dates with. Had fucking great 3, 4, 5 dates with some girls, dude. And then like the 6th date, I fucked something up. I did something stupid. Or they meet another guy or something like that. And the next day I'm blocked. And I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm blocked. And then I can't even reach them anywhere to even get an explanation of like what happened. Now I didn't do anything creepy or like crazy. It's just maybe I fucked something up or I don't know. I don't even know. I'm just blocked like that. And I was thinking like, how could you do that to someone? I could never do that to someone. I could never fucking just go out and block someone. I mean, if you think about it, it makes sense because for men, we want to communicate up front to each other. And then if there's a problem up front, we can fight it out, you know, historically from the way that we evolved and shit. If a woman, get this, if it's fucking thousands of years ago and a woman says, fuck you, I don't like you anymore, to your face, men's just like, where the fuck you going? Pop, 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 pop. Yeah, right. Obviously, they need to learn how to be discreet about shit. They need to learn how to get in and get the fuck out and save themselves. They're just trying to save themselves and find the best partner for themselves, the best chance that they can to get a new partner and move on. Have you ever heard of war brides? War brides theory? Thousands and thousands of years ago when just tribes on Earth, everyone's fighting each other, all the men are fighting each other and killing each other and taking over other tribes, and then they kill all the men, right? They kill all the men, and then they take over the women, and then now those are the new wives. Those are the new wives. You're my girlfriend now, girl. And what would happen is the women would actually, eventually, they started falling in love with and actually developing real relationships with the new men that came and killed the old men. They didn't have any choice. They didn't have any choice anyways. Once they're gone, they forgot about that old guy. They're on to the next. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate at first. But women can move on like that because they have to. They have no other choice. And men are sitting here simping, dude, years later, simping, thinking about girls. And the only remedy I have found to all of this is you need to get used to dating more, man. I know it's scary. But the more you get used to dating, the more you get used to failing. The more you get used to getting rejected by girls. You say, oh shit, that girl rejected me. I'm hurt. I'm not gonna date again. And that's what I was for years, man, for years. And then since I actually finally started getting out and doing it, shit, you know what? I went out, I got rejected again. Oh, fuck. I got blocked by some girl out of nowhere. Oh, fuck. I'm hurt. I don't want to do it anymore. But you know what? I did a little bit better that time. Let me try out and go again. Shit, dude, are you a fucking level 10? Are you a level 10 with just leather armor? I know you want to go fight that giant. You want to go fight that giant out there. Why not go try it? You got once for your first time you try to fight that giant. BAM! One shots you. You fly up in the air. Dude, fucking fucks you up, one shots your ass. That giant's like, get the fuck out. Fuck out me, ho! Dude, one shot at your ass. And then what do? You're gonna be like me. You're gonna run back to Whiterun and you're like, it's scary out there. I don't want to fight any more giants. It's scary. I'm just gonna sit in my house in Whiterun and I'm just gonna craft potions. Anyone got a skeever tail they can lend me? I'm just going to craft some potions. It's scary out there. And then you start realizing, man, you're not actually leveling up, man. You ain't getting the real shit, dude. Don't you want to fight an ebony warrior, bro? Don't you want to fight a frost dragon, bro? Or you want to sit in your house and just fucking craft potions and enchant shit all day like a bitch? You got to get out there. You got to get out there and you got to get after it. And then you say, oh shit, you know what, I'm going to try again. And you know what, this time instead of just getting one-shotted by that giant, you go in, you sneak in. You open up his chest and you know what you stole out of there? Dude, you found some dragon scale armor in his chest, bro. You found some dragon scale armor in his chest, and then boom! He fucking one-shotted you again. And you're like, oh no, that hurt. I'm dead, but I got dragon scale armor. Got some dragon scale armor this time, I'm a little better. Oh shit. Look at me now, look at me now, look at me now. And you got some dragon scale armor on you now. Oh shit. What the fuck is up, giants, now? This ain't too bad, maybe. You know, that hurt a little bit, but I'm a little bit stronger now. Let's see what happens next time when I go out. I'm gonna go on a date with another girl. Oh shit, this girl's even cuter. And she's a little bit, she understands my humor. Oh, but you know, she's not perfect. And then, oh, guess what? She blocks you, she rejects you, she leaves you on red. Oh shit, that hurt, but you know what? I got a little bit closer that time. And the next time, you know, you go out there and you got some Daedric, dude, you got full Daedric armor on. You take on that giant and you fuck him up. You fuck him up, dude. You bring a girl home to the sack. No, I'm just kidding. That's not the goal. That's not the objective. The objective isn't to go out and just like fuck a million girls. I'm talking about just simply going on dates, interacting with women, getting used to rejection. And you're also, because you're going to realize two things. A, you're going to realize that rejection isn't that bad. It's just part of life. The more you get rejected, the more you're going to realize it's just part of life. I can live with it. If you just avoid painful, difficult situations your whole life, then when the painful, difficult situations come that you can't avoid, like relatives dying, what are you going to do? Is it all going to come pouring out like it did for me when I cried when we broke up with that girl because I fucking avoided facing my emotions for 10 years? You got to face that shit. And then the other thing that you're going to learn is you're also going to learn that, oh shit, I don't have a soulmate. There's not one girl out there who's perfect for me. There are so many people out here who are cool. You know when they say, there's so many fish in the sea or whatever? It's true. And when you go on a date, when you go on a bunch of different dates with a bunch of different people, you start to realize, hey, there's so many cool people out here. By no means is everybody going to be perfect for me or we're going to be able to date. But there are actually a lot of potential partners out there for me, I think. If you've gone on as many dates as me at this point, okay, things are looking up. Okay, just because this one girl fell off and she'd have blocked you, who really gives a shit, man? I'm sure there are plenty of other girls that are out there who you can hit it off with just as well, man. Just as well and better. So my prescription is stop hanging out. You got one-shotted once by that giant. Bro, you don't even have your Fusro Da yet. How are you gonna be sitting at home in your fucking house crafting potions looking for skeever tails? You don't even have your Fusro Da yet, bro. There's so much out there to be seen. You know how good it feels to go out and just fucking grab a hold of a giant. You see him running at you and you just Fusro Da him and he goes flying off a cliff or some shit. You know how good it feels to go out when you have enough experience going out with girls that you kind of understand how to make them laugh, how to make them go, play with their hair a little bit, look at you with googly eyes, and then you take it home and you go, and they're feeling on your muscles. Bro, you do not know the most alpha feeling in the world. When you've been working out a lot, you got some muscles going, and then a girl starts touching your muscles, and they start asking you, how often do you work out? Oh my gosh, some shit like that. Isn't this shirt a little too tight? Just work because you like it like that. Bro, you gotta get out there. You gotta get after it, man. You gotta get up off your feet. Dude, this dude that messages me, I know it's hard, bro. I spent 2 years literally just sitting in my house like a bitch crying. I know it's hard, dude. You can't spend your life in there avoiding the real world, avoiding real opportunity, happiness, challenges, adventure. You got to get back out there. I know it hurts. It's okay to sit on the sidelines for a little bit. It's okay to take a breather, but you got to know that you're going back up in the game at some point. You're not going to sit over here and be a bitch and cry about it all day. You got to eventually dust yourself off, get back out there, and go after that giant. Go after that lady. Put yourself back in the game, dog. So it's just a little story from me about dating. I'm no expert, guys, but what I can say is get used to rejection. No matter what it is in life, even forget dating, man, any topic. Go out into the world, get used to rejection. Rejection is your friend. Alright, my name's yungjamez, YUNGJAMEZ. Thanks for watching, y'all. If you guys want to join my Discord, send me $5 on PayPal. Don't forget to add your Discord username. Otherwise, peace out. Fuck your mother. And take care. Love y'all.